Hi, welcome to the Holding Hands and Throwing Fists podcast. I got the mic.
And I have the opinions.
Friends and listeners, Happy New Year. Welcome to Season 10, Episode 6.
Woohoo! 2024, coming in hot.
Dude, I can't believe it's been 1 year already since we sat in the same exact spot in our fucking studio. Damn it, I've cursed already. And it's been a year since we were yelling and freaking going off on Dana White for his awful start to 2023.
That is wild. I was just listening to the MMA fighting guys, and they were already saying, like, what a nice way to start 2024. Not feeling so down about the UFC and the president of the UFC.
It's a pretty low hurdle to jump over.
It is a low hurdle, but I also feel like, well, first of all, before Goog moves on, let us just tell you, this episode is going to be all over the place.
It's very manic energy. It's a manic Monday.
It is a manic Monday. It's just weird. But because you mentioned Dana, we want to rewind just a little bit of 2023 before we move on to 2024.
Yeah, we're going to do a little 2024 preview show for you, because if you want a recap of 2023, go somewhere else.
Not here.
We're trying to give you a biggest winner of 2023, but do we even have one? I don't know. I guess you could talk Sean Strickland for becoming a superstar and becoming a champion and winning 3 fights and coming out with his crazy story about blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
You could talk about Tommy Aspinall, who came in.
Aspinall. I think you have a better answer than I've heard from a lot of people. Who is the Holding Hands and Throwing Fists biggest winner of 2023?
Robbie Lawler, man.
Without a doubt.
Classic dude, classic all-time fighter. One with looking back on it, still holds up, spectacular knockout victory over Nico Price. I think Nico Price just did a submission grappling thing, but anyway, I digress. And then got his UFC package. So we all know the MMA fighting guys that we follow and listen to, they all say the same stuff. It's the one time they actually got a retirement fight right. So,
and it was for the right good guy.
Dude, Robbie Lawler, gangster. Biggest loser of 2023? Dear God, bro, the list is endless. I don't even want to talk about it, but we could talk a little bit about how Dana White smacked his wife on New Year's Eve because he was in a club in Mexico. Like, why are you in a club in your 50s when you're worth $1 billion? We've talked about that a lot.
Let's add on that there were no repercussions at all for that.
And then he started a power slap league that just got delayed by 2 weeks. That's all it takes in this world and in this country to push stuff out 2 weeks and just carry on. Ian Gary, bro. Oh,
you
man.
You think he's one of the biggest losers?
Dude, without doubt, he's one of the biggest losers.
I feel like because I'm not all over Twitter, I don't quite see it as much.
It's bad, bro. And then he's trying to turn around the way that like Sugar Sean did too, because like Sugar Sean did some like cringeworthy stuff in 2022 and stuff. Ian Gary's trying to come around. I think he was on Aerials today talking about how he's a disruptor like Jake Paul and Logan Paul and Conor. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I don't need disrupt. What is a disruptor disrupted and made things better? I'll wait, bro. I'll wait. Oh, because you could order on an app on your phone instead of calling up a restaurant? Get out of here, bro. That's the only thing, maybe.
Listen, I'm gonna go
at the expense of restaurant owners. Don't get me started.
I'm not getting you started. I'm going on record to say I am giving Ian Gary another shot.
I'm not. He's the same with Conor McGregor. Fine. He could go fuck off.
I'm giving him another shot. Let's
keep it going, babe. Keep the negativity going.
Keep the negativity going. But now we're going to do it looking into the future. Yeah. We don't look behind. We look forward. And I would like to tell you the fight that we know about so far that we are least excited to watch.
Babe, in 2020... John Danaher said the same exact thing. He said, we don't look behind, we look forward. So I just want to put you in the same mixed martial arts genius mind as John Danaher.
Fuck yeah. Black belt and opinions, bitches.
Let's go, babe.
Fight night in Atlantic City on March 30th. Fight night in Atlantic City.
Sounds fun. I'm down.
Sounds fun. I, too, was like, babe, do we have to go? And then I found out it's fucking Easter weekend. What the heck?
Fake Catholic Easter, well, whatever.
And so far, no one is on the card. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Why'd you even announce this bullshit? But you know what? I'm gonna also not just give Ian Gary another shot this year. I'm going to end this little rant of mine on a positive note. I am looking forward to UFC 299, a pay-per-view on March 9th. I think what we need to do as Holding Hands and Throwing Fists Enterprise is decide which pay-per-view, 299 or 300, we want to do the watch party for our Holding Hands and Throwing Fists friends.
I'm about to burst. I think maybe you just talk about 299. Let's talk this through.
Oh dear.
Let's talk this through.
Oh dear. All right. UFC 299 from the prelims up has Pedro Munoz. It has Mateusz Gamrot versus RDA. It has Macy Barber, who was on a win streak and maybe was one of the biggest winners of 2023 last year because she was like floppity flopping and kind of came back. Piotr Jan is fighting Song Yadong. Song Yadong, who recently told Sean Strickland in much kinder words to shut the fuck up and don't talk about things you don't know about because Sean Strickland was talking shit about China. Gilly Burns versus Jack Della Maddalena is on UFC 299.
Bro, Gilly's hair is looking fine
Really?
these days, bro.
Curtis
Fine.
Blades is fighting Jailton Almeida. Michael Venom Page is making his UFC debut since he joined UFC unceremoniously because Dana White still sucks, and he's fighting Kevin Holland. And the main event is Sean O'Malley versus Chito Vera. That's something to look forward to.
Viva Chito!
What?
Bro.
What breaking news do you want to add that literally just happened today? And that's a good thing that we put off recording until today.
Oh, is this on 290? Oh, it is on 299.
One of the fights.
Poirier and Saint Denis.
Yes.
Bro, can I go now?
Is that on 299 or
Yeah.
300? Okay.
Can I go now?
Go.
Why the fuck is this not?
I tapped him in.
Why the fuck is this not UFC 300?
Jesus
This
Christ.
card is insane, bro. This card is insane. Are you kidding me? Peter Yan, Song Yadong, Gilly Burns, Jack Della. I can't even get it
JDM.
out. Well, people call him Jack Della, right? So whatever. Michael Page, dude, it's just so good. And Sean O'Malley, Cheeto, bro, that's good enough for 300. It's a championship. UFC 300 has the number, but it's just looking light, bro. It's April 13th. So far, they've announced Yuri Prochazka versus Alexander Rakic. Okay. Cool. Really excited about that fight. Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling. Bro, I'm excited about that fight.
Very interesting.
I'm nervous.
Aljo moving up.
I'm nervous for our boy Aljo.
Of course.
But Aljo, I got to talk to you, bro, because we got to talk about some grappling stuff on the side. We'll get to that later. And we're talking Bo Nickel. You know I'm on the Bo Nickel hype train. We both are. Mm-hmm. I want to see more from him because I'm the only person in all of MMA media who thought his first fight in the UFC was not that great. Everybody else, like, he was amazing. I was like, I don't know. I want to see a little bit more. We're going to see it. But that's all we got. Bro.
Until today.
Why? What else got announced?
They announced Charles Oliveira.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Fighting.
Okay.
Which one?
Man. Can you look it up while I go?
Yeah. Go.
All right, cool. We're doing little by little. But then the other thing that got announced is that in boxing, again, this is some real pro shit that I'm doing as you're looking this stuff up. Oh, Sarukian.
Armin Sarukian.
Versus Oliveira. That's
a number one
That's a
contender
fucking good fight, bro.
It's a good fight, but I am sorry. That is not a UFC 300 fight.
I don't.
That's not it. I need
still
something
not it.
to.
It's still not it.
It's still
and
not it.
And I don't think they're gonna give us 200. Was a little bit of a fucking shit show. So also, I'm all over the place, and I don't even give one.
We warned
fuck,
you,
bro.
We fucking warned you.
My co-host over here, my partner, and I have seen UFC 100 while we were partying, and you definitely didn't give a fuck. And that's still in the era when you were watching fights, which I miss, when you were watching fights between your fingers because you were covering your eyes all the time.
Baby.
Then UFC 200, which we saw on 3R live, which is awesome because we saw the yellow canvas. But that was also weird because Jon Jones fucked up UFC 200 and all that stuff, and Ariel got in trouble because he blah, 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 yellow canvas, this and that. Now we're ready to watch UFC 300, and man, 4 fights, okay, pretty good, but I don't think it's gonna. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's gonna deliver, and that's why. But then I'm all over the place because I'm like, our watch party. Do we want it to be for something like $299? That's awesome, or do we want 300 just to be quiet and just focusing on that? But I think 300 is also memorable too. But I don't know.
But I mean, that's the problem. We don't know yet.
Maybe we put up a survey.
No, anticipation is part of what makes it a good fight card. And if you haven't announced anything other than 4 fights for UFC 300, you're not organized. I think someone at the UFC needs to hire me to organize your fucking cards. Because right now, I would do a little reorganizing, if you know what I mean. Because this is some bull duty. Even Fight Night on February 3rd has some good fights, or at least good fighters, that they could have easily just put on UFC 300. Molly McCann, like her or not, she is good energy. She's
Bro,
a UFC
she could have been on 300. Come on, at least on the prelims. Get out of here.
Renato Moicano versus Drew Dober. That's going to be pretty aggressive and violent, I would imagine. And UFC 300 it up. Kiefer Crosby, you know I got to support my Irish fighters. Throw him on UFC 300. The Irish love fighting. They love coming out in Vegas. You don't think even someone like him would get fans?
Bro.
Like, I don't know. If we could reorganize, that would be great. And it would be really interesting if the UFC does reorganize a little bit.
So, coming back to the one thing that I've just tried to use as a filler, but now I feel like I have to. Francis Ngannou is going to fight Anthony Joshua in boxing, which is insane.
Breaking news from our Queens correspondent.
Queens correspondent and amazing race partner, Andreas, came through with that news. And, dude, MMA Twitter immediately was like, Dana just rushing to tell everybody a UFC 300 fight because he can't have Ngannou have any press conference or whatever.
What date is that again? Do you remember?
I don't remember the fight, but I'm pretty sure that he announced Poirier versus Saint Denis like right after that.
That's so sad.
Don't get us wrong. You could be petty, but come on, bro.
Nah, you just seem like sloppy seconds with your announcements. And that's March 9th. So what do we have March 9th? Oh, shoot. That's the same night as 299, the card with Sean O'Malley and Chito Vera that we just told you. All the more reason. Be like, you know what? Psych. All these fights are on 300. And then you win.
Oof.
That's crazy to have that card the same night as Joshua and Ngannou.
You just answered it. You just did your detective work. They knew that was going to be the date for that, and they stacked 299 as a fuck you.
Really? Because it seems like Ngannou's like, let's fuck the UFC and put my fight on March 9th.
I know, but...
And Saudi Arabia's like, we don't care about any of you. You're fighting when we tell you.
Exactly. All right, so in our just like goddamn depressing review of 2024, but you know what? Set your expectations low so you could be surprised. International Fight Week is going to be in June, not July.
What?
June? Did you hear Ariel had a little meltdown about that?
Was it a meltdown?
He was like, it's got to be July. It's got to be July. Like his little neurotic Ariel. And you know we're Ariel fans on this podcast.
Honestly, I personally love that it's the end of June. I'm like, that's a cool kickoff. Mid-July is kind of like people are on vacation. Who knows how easy it is to watch? Who knows where they are?
All right. This is when you. If anybody could sway me, it's you, babe. The question that everybody wants to know is, will Conor McGregor actually fight Michael Chandler? And I don't give a fuck. And the other question is, will Jon Jones fight? I don't fucking care. Am I going to watch it if it happens? Of course. But God damn it, bro. Conor McGregor announcing that he's going to fight at UFC 300 at 185 pounds, which, Melissa, let me explain this to you because I know that you don't know it, but you might be interested. Conor McGregor first won the championship at 145 pounds, and then he became the double champ when everybody knew him at 155 pounds. And then he was saying I could go up to 170. But now this fucking psycho is just skipping 170 altogether, who he fought Nate Diaz at, but whatever, didn't get a belt at, to go straight to 185. That's clown behavior and just...
That is clown behavior.
Fucking... crazy shit. But did you watch a video of him announcing it?
No, that's what I wanted to ask you. And I meant to watch the video, all of us. You all and me. We all need to watch this video because New York Rick, GC, Ariel, all from MMA Fighting in the MMA Hour were like, dying over the nonchalance and ridiculousness of this video. And then they were like kind of feeling a little badly for Michael Chandler, who did respond to it as he should. He wants this fight. He wants the payday. I get it, but he's also kind of like just like so thirsty for this fight.
It's mental warfare. It is. Connor's
it is, but
Connor's
185 pounds.
And he was just laughing like, ha 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 ha. Dude, if you've had dinner with me or have been on vacation with me in the summertime and we have a dinner, and which is already probably too late for us because if we're having dinner with somebody else, it's already too late since we're on the retirement special in terms of when we eat dinner and shit.
We are.
So if you've ever had dinner with me in the summertime and I have a glass of wine and I just am in the mood and I start shit talking and just laughing and then I wake up the next morning hungover and feel embarrassed because I put myself out there too much. I was a little too manic like I am on this episode. That's what Connor was like when he was saying that he's going to fight at UFC.
All right, we all are going to watch this.
Week.
I'm not going to watch it now. No, because that's our homework, everyone. I am going to watch it, and you're all going to watch
Conor
it.
McGregor International Fight Week announcement. Google it.
All right. Did you want to give a little brief something about the Las Vegas sphere?
So we're just talking about this year, and we're talking about big things that are supposed to happen, and the MSG sphere at Vegas, which is already stinks to high heaven, even though it's cool as fuck, but it's owned by James motherfucking Dolan, the owner of the Knicks, who's fucking caused us so much strife over the past 30 years, bro. It's insane how much this dude has affected my life negatively. He owns the coolest venue probably in the world right now, and Dana's obsessed with doing a fight there, and he says that it's going to be the sickest thing ever. But is it? Seems like it could be, but it seems like I'd rather just go and watch Pink Floyd perform there.
I know. I kind of don't think I get
fights.
The benefits.
I don't know. What are they going to do? Just post the replays in 360 degree like fight immersion? Maybe that might be cool.
Maybe. I don't know. I guess
dude.
We won't know until we know.
But it's supposed to be a big deal, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Could they get that for International Fight Week?
No, I think they're going to do it for, if I remember correctly, maybe Mexican Heritage. Remember they did UFC Noche? Was that it?
Yeah, which they did really well
which
last
would be fucking
year.
sick.
So
honestly, if it's just like Mexican pride all over it, I'm for that shit.
Okay, that seems like that could be cool then. This episode is just crazy cuckoo, and we're gonna keep it going because starting the year off seems like a good.
Babe, do it again.
Seems like a good time to talk about the year and the future when there is actually a union for the fighters. Now, George and I have spoken about this a lot with each other. We've spoken about this like kind of on early seasons. I think we gave it, we just dropped it for a while because it's never going to happen, and it probably still won't happen.
But we're willing to die on this hill.
But if it does happen, we believe the UFC Fighter Union must provide the following. And Goog, feel free to jump in when you want. One, there needs to be clarity about health insurance. This is the most basic need for anybody's job. 2, we need confirmed and regulated payment structure. Not that bullshit. You know, I've told you all about how one fighter on the card is getting paid like $3,000. Like, what the fuck is he supposed to do with that after taxes and paying his coaches? Oh yeah, and that like ambiguous health care issue. 3, we believe the fighter union should provide negotiation power with this bullshit show versus win money. That is totally outdated for so many reasons, and it fucks fighters when anything goes a little bit astray with the date or no contests or draws. We need clarity, and actually we need the show versus win to just get out of here. What happens if someone misses weight? Your money has to be secured regardless of your opponent's eligibility and the goodwill of the company. I'm sick of hearing, oh no, the UFC will take care of him, or Dana in the post-fight press conferences, oh no, we'll take care of. Fuck you! Don't shake your head at me and say you're gonna take care of them.
No,
I want
that's
that
the whole
shit
point.
on paper.
You need an employer to take care of you.
It has to be an agreed upon practice by both the company and athlete via the union, not Dana White making random statements as he's known to make, and we have no proof that he actually follows up on it.
NFL, union. NBA, union. MLB, union. NHL, union. Fighters, go fuck yourself.
Yep.
I'll throw you a couple pennies.
Judges also have to have some sort of interface with the fighters union. There is no cohesive relationship right now, and it is inexcusable in a sport as demanding as MMA.
Bro, my thing this year is I'm buying notebooks left and right. I've always been an analog guy, and now I'm tripling down on it.
The future is analog.
Hey, the future is analog. And then my thing is that this year I want to score fights. It's really hard to score fights, but I know I've read the criteria a bunch of times, and I was looking at it. So I went back to one of my favorite fights of all time, Rampage versus Forrest, which happened 15 years ago or something?
No, we did the math. It wasn't it almost 20 years ago?
So, yeah, whatever. I think it was 2008, but whatever.
True.
We'll find out. And because Rampage recently said that, I remember that Forrest won the fight. He won the decision, all that stuff. And I heard.
And won the belt. So that was
and he won the belt from Rampage.
Important.
And Rampage, who, sometimes when he talks, you got to take what he says with a grain of salt. He's a character and he's hilarious. But he was like, I won that fight. And I went back and I scored it. And I think that I actually scored it for Rampage. I think that you could actually, and that we're on the record, you definitely could score it as a draw.
Ooh.
Without doubt. Actually, I think the highest probability is that you would score it a draw. But I think it is inexcusable to score it the way that the judges scored it in the way of Forrest. I think there's a way that you could score it for Forrest, but I don't think that it could be unanimous decision the way it was actually finally scored for them. And I think not only do we need more draws overall, but I think you'll get more clarity if this is the fucking thing. I'm going to ask Mike Heck about this, goddammit, on a heck of a morning. We need 10-10 rounds or 9-9 rounds. If a round is... This is literally what happened in the third round and the fifth round in Rampage and Forrest fight. Rampage threw harder shots and Forrest threw more shots that landed. And both, by the criteria, led to strikes that were leaning towards the immediate finishing of the fight. Mm-hmm. So it's either by one shot or cumulative. That's how it goes, according to the judges' handbook that I read. And how do you decide those? I think you got to score them 9-9s is what I think. And we need to fucking find out, and we need to fix scoring in general. God damn it.
Yes, but at least potentially the fighters union would be able to follow up on judges' scores
and find out. I'm with you.
Perhaps when you question a scorecard, or they I can't think of the term now, where they try to get something overturned or whatever, there's actually professionals doing that with the judges.
A little arbitration?
Yeah. So, it's just something to think about for this year. And since you kind of already went into some random extra stuff, and I know you mentioned him before, and I mentioned him before, which is so funny because Aljo kept his belt when he fought Henry Cejudo, as he rightfully should, but the scorecards were wrong. He won because one judge scored the fight wrongly for Henry Cejudo, but another judge scored it wrongly more for Aljo. So the outcome was right, but the cards were so wrong. And if that other judge wasn't more wrong in the right direction, then Aljo would have lost. And that would have been bullshit.
This is a good rant, and I want to make a t-shirt that says wrongly more.
I know. Whatevs. Anyway, talk to me about Aljo grappling in his downtime.
Aljo, we are big fans of yours. We've talked about you at length. We are a 100% pro Aljo podcast. We've always rooted for you. Yo, Strong Island, what's up? Ray Longo, Sarah, dude, I could talk forever about how much we respect you and how much we look up to you as a fighter and how much we're fans of you. But dude, Aljo did a grappling event a couple weeks ago, and I forget the name of the organization or whatever, but it was on UFC Fight Pass, and Aljo was playing against a guy who just wanted to butt scoot and play guard. And that guy is that organization's champion. So think of Aljo trying to engage in wrestling or trying to pass the guard or whatever, and this guy is literally just on his butt. Like the typical jiu-jitsu memes that make fun of people like me for butt scooting. But that's submission grappling, my guy. Dude, yeah. I fucking love you. And he was just so upset, talking about how it's not real fighting, how it's not whatever, still is doubled down on social media after the fact. Just did a thing where then Mikey Musumeci, babe, he came out and made another video saying, I'm sick and tired of people saying that there shouldn't be butt scooting, but that's the game. Grappling is. That's the game. It's like, what are you going to do, stand up and hand fight and be even more boring for people who don't know how to wrestle? Like, that's not submission grappling. So now Joe came back again to Mikey Musumeci and made a video where Chris Weidman was trying to cartwheel past him and he was just butt scooting and acting like a fish, like out of water and stuff. But my guy, that's what you signed up for. Did you not know? Have you not watched? Like, dude, I get it that you're trying to play mental warfare and stuff like that, but bro,
it's not. You're not doing what you signed up to do.
It's like signing up for a charity golf thing and being like, why are you guys not
Why can't
throwing
we play
the ball?
Hockey?
Yeah, bro, it just doesn't make sense, my guy. And I'm not like this, but I am kind of like this. I don't fucking talk shit, especially to people that I love, and I love Aljo. But my guy, you're wrong. You're wrong. But whatever.
All right, let's not no more talking badly about Aljo because he's coming back to MMA and not grappling, so who cares?
Let's see it, bro.
Honestly, I think at this point it's time to bring your stress levels down and go to no fighting.
You bunch of fuckers. No fighting. No fucking fighting. No fucking fighting!
I swear to God, I'm so productive today. That's why I'm so amped up. But Jesus, this episode now is just my stores of energy. Yeah, dude. My stores of energy are fading. So we're going to talk about no fighting. We're going to talk about how no fighting originated, and we're going to come back to it, and then how you didn't want to stick with it, and you gave me so much grief.
Are you recording this right now?
Yeah,
oh,
about how I wanted to talk about books more than just the one time on no fighting. And then here you are today's episode saying, hey, we haven't done no fighting yet, and we're going to talk about books.
Listen, no fighting is not my favorite, but our friends and listeners love it, so we can't abandon it. We do what the people want, not what we want. You think I want to fucking be here right now? I don't want to be here. But you got me with books.
All right. So in 2023, I set my goals lower than in 2022 because I had this idea of reading periodicals more, which I gave an earnest try to subscribe to the Wall Street Journal, which was...
Are you supposed to get that still?
No, but we got one today, right? Which was weird.
I don't know if it was yours or if I stole it from our neighbor.
I think you might have stolen it from our neighbor.
I gave it back when I came in.
I'm not supposed to, yeah. Because I canceled it because it was a problem to even get the newspaper delivered regularly, which is like whatever. So I read... I think I revised my goal to 24 books, and I only got 20 because, God damn it, I just really freaking scrolled a lot on my phone in 2023.
It happens.
But it's cool. But this year, I even forget what I set my goal to be. But I've been reading every day. Today is the 8th. I read it every day, at least a little bit, and I'm reading detective murder mystery set in Japan, and it's really cool. I think it's the Kadaichi series.
Excellent. You set your goal for 28 books in 2024, and I really do believe you could do it.
28?
28.
What? Yeah, I could do it.
You can do it, and you will do it because I too have been reading every day this year, and I really do want to keep it up and scroll less. So last year I met my goal of 75 books.
Babe.
Yes.
I'm proud of you. I already told you that.
You might remember in 2022, so when we did this very podcast this day last year, I was one book short of my goal. I read 74 books, and I was almost done with a book, and I just couldn't finish it before midnight, and I was weirdly okay with it, which felt very empowering for me because that is unlike me. But I'm at it now. I got 75. So this year I upped my goal to 80 books. I'm off to a great start. I already finished 2 books.
Hey.
Plus I'm reading Girl Made of Stars right now. Thank you, listener and friend Melissa. And Also, shout out to Melissa, who did set her reading goal last year, and she met her reading goal. So other listeners, whether you set your goal for 1 book because you never read, or 20 books because you do read regularly like you, Andreas, let us know what your goals are. Whatever it is, we support you.
Sick. All right. Anything else for the people?
No, wow, you got rid of all your energy, didn't you?
I'm spent. This is not getting uploaded today. Until next time, people, love you. Remember to hold hands and throw fists as necessary.